Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God. Y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that. So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child. To be honest.
It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was shocked.
And since Chrisean had chosen to keep her child off social media, everyone noticed that he hadn't changed much when she brought him to a church function. Many people were concerned about his health since they felt he was having issues. Was completely incorrect because, as if the delays weren't bad enough, a doctor who saw his live video broadcast on X confirmed what most people have been speculating about all along. Junior might never be able to speak unless they provide him significant assistance to satisfy his developmental needs. Since Chrisean first made her birth public, Blueface's mother has made things worse by accusing Chrisean of being to blame for her son's behavior after being off Instagram for months. She returned to highlight her son's accomplishments, even though the baby's lack of hand-eye coordination and head movement meant that others were really Cohen was trying her hardest to act like nothing was wrong. But when they heard him scream, they were thrilled. She defended the Blueface tattoo on her face, and when he was howling like a cat on a live webcast, her toddler started crying in the background. Watchers noticed that something wasn't quite right when she uploaded another video of herself feeding him. They also saw that he was only around 8 months old and didn't really react to the food or the spoon till one person said, "It was close enough to him, so why isn't he interested in grabbing it? Why didn't he act like other babies when food was around?" Chrisean Rock suggests that Junior's illness resulted from his acting in his funeral. Denial and not reaching his objectives, he should be able to support his head and chest when on his stomach. But he doesn't smile or make a move. Christians yelled at them, refusing to tolerate the hateful comments. Some were asserting that Chrisean Jr.'s condition was a genetic issue, while others were saying that the milestones being mentioned were fabricated to cheer up a parent rather than to genuinely celebrate a child's development. Even if you all know how much labor it takes to conceive and raise a child, how does it make sense that that had nothing to do with his drinking and smoking? These benchmarks help everyone understand where their children are and enable medical. Experts who posted comments online claimed that Christine's youngster exhibited every indicator of developmental problems, making it simpler for parents to identify and address them if their child isn't completing specific tasks at the appropriate age. Of the fetal alcohol syndrome, he had a flat face, big set ears, a short cranium, and eyes with folds in one corner. Lewd conversation may have caused his high-pitched ranting, but it might also have been a consequence of the alcohol withdrawal in infants. Additionally, his pupils appear white in pictures rather than red, which may indicate that he has a vision impairment. Despite this, he didn't seem to care and has asked that others not try to diagnose him. She asserted that following his visit to the physician, she discovered no issues with him interviewing.
My baby is healthy. They would have told me he had syndrome. He's healthy, bro. Just because that picture wasn't that cute doesn't mean I could diagnose my baby on the internet.
If Chrisean had ever taken her child to the doctor and everything had been okay, she would have made the video public to refute her critics. She was recording every second of her child's life, and Blueface, who I might add is equally as sluggish as Crotch, chastised her for postponing their son. She took Junior to have hernia surgery after Blueface's outburst, stating she had other commitments as the issue worsened. Chrisean posted a video of her son trying to walk to refute the rumors that he was not recuperating from surgery, and she wrote about how fast he was getting better. He was getting better. We had never seen him walk, talk, hold a spoon, laugh, or do anything else that a youngster of this age should be able to do. Merely supported the opinions of everyone else, and her old best friend Janet fanned the flames by suggesting that Chrisean is disputing that Junior requires help, and she was reprimanded for wanting a child to maintain her connection with Blueface. When individuals are in denial about things, it's like following all of the criticism. Christine eventually stopped writing since you can't help people who are denying what is truly happening in reality. When she sang her new song for the first time in a long time, she took her kid to church because he's been avoiding him in public and talking about him on social media. People are unhappy about his situation, but not because he is nearly 2 years old. Rather, they are sad because he's a victim of his environment. And we saw all of the immaturity and unfavorable conditions surrounding their son's birth were caused by the parents' numerous weird, toxic, and immature actions. Both are exemplified by Cash's persistent denial and her inability to do more to support her child. Blue's mother, Clarissa, has never been fond of Christian and might have vented part of her resentment and annoyance on Junior, as evidenced by the fact that she has said repeatedly that her child doesn't help either. As Clarissa clarified that it's still devastating to witness Christian in this manner when there were so many other potential outcomes in her.
It's hard to look at my grandbaby and see that, and that was my first time seeing it.
Oh, God.
And it crushed my heart a little bit, it did. But I love all my kids no matter what I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie, my first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt.
She would come under public scrutiny and be forced to take responsibility for her actions. If she admitted what everyone has been saying is true after they all witnessed her smoking and drinking as though she didn't care.
Drink, and because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play.
Even though the baby didn't ask to be born in this chaos, he's a sad baby, so why are people shocked by Christian's son's possible special needs? After witnessing Con Jr. H's actions, people had bad things to say about Chrissy Sr. She made a really bad decision with this money, so it's time for her to stop being the victim. Zeus captured her smoking on tape while she was pregnant. I feel bad for her son, not for her, because she was unprepared to have a child, and her carelessness caused the baby to suffer. She refuses to acknowledge that she is in terrible pain behind closed doors, and I believe she knows she is to blame for his shortcomings, but she still hopes he gets better if a child is still unable to at 20 months. Walking, talking, or simply babbling is a severe warning sign. Perhaps no one is accessible to assist and encourage you, so please remember to like and subscribe in addition to leaving a comment with your ideas. There will be more videos in the future, and I hope to see you in the next one. Are you a mother going through a lot, Cash and Flag?